Okay, so what is this?
A seal.
A seal. So that is what we are going to be learning about today. I want a helper to read this to me. Kenzie?
Learning target. You will solve the answer to this question. How do seals stay warm and cold?
So that is going to be our main focus. Miss D's is about to pull up a video for us, but before she does, I'm going to pass out this paper. On the back of it, you are going to write down any questions you have, and I want for y'all to try to ask these 5 W questions. So you could take this and you could ask, what do seals eat? Where do seals live? Okay, anything that you want to know. We're going to watch a minute video. I'm going to give you about 2 minutes to write all your questions down. So right now, you need to make sure that your pencil is out on your desk, ready to go. And I'll be passing these out. Do not flip it over until I tell you. The fish? When Miss D starts the video, Kristen, what did I say? So do not flip it over until I tell you. I promise I'll tell you when to flip this paper over.
You said you can't do that.
Alright, don't flip it over, Hannon. So this is your video. I want you to ask all the questions you have about seals. Get your brains going. So pick up your pencils. Start thinking about questions that you have. So any W questions. And the H. Don't forget about the how. Write down your questions. If you need some help, look up here at the penguin questions. Yeah, do not flip it over. You're writing on the back. I should have told you that. Write whatever questions you have onto the back or the blank piece of paper. You could ask, how do they find shelter? What ocean do they live in? Okay, y'all got to be at 30 seconds. I see some good questions so far.
When we write a question, what goes at the end of it?
A question mark.
Good. Make sure it's a question mark.
Okay, y'all, less than 15 seconds. Okay, put your pencils down. Pencils down, class, class, class.
Yes, Yes, yes.
Making sure that you're paying attention. So, do y'all remember reading about animal adaptations? Like last week, I forget one of the animals that we talked about. I think it was this otter. Maybe?
Yeah, the sea otter.
Yes, the sea otter. Someone tell me one of their animal adaptations. Abby. What they do? Adaptation is something that makes it better suited for its environment. So I think you are thinking of the instinct or the adaptation. Do y'all remember that cut and paste paper that you did? And you talked about, like we had the talking bird, the dog,
The barking dog.
the barking dog. So some things animals know how to do and they're born with, and some things they learn how to do. And the sea otter, the mother helped the baby learn how to hunt and dive. And remember, it didn't. Yes, with the seaweed. Y'all remember that now when the mom put the baby on the chest with the seaweed?
Wrapped around.
Yes. So that was sea otters. Yes. So Catalina said sea otters learn like their mother did. They do not leave their mother until they've learned how to hunt and dive, and that would be an adaptation. But some things they're born with. And that's what we are focusing on. Mackenzie.
That should be at
16 minutes, yes. I'm going to remember that. Next time, raise your hand. Alright, so Misty's going to flip through for us. So we did this part. Before we go on to the next part, I want to tell y'all this lesson is based around a question, which is why I put it on the learning target. Madeline, I need your eyes up here. We're going to ask the question. The second part, we're going to investigate, which I'll tell you more about. We're going to create. I'll tell you more about that. Discuss and reflect. So there's 5 parts to this lesson, and we'll talk about each of them when we get to it. Capiche? So our big question is, y'all read that to me.
How can steel stay warm in icy cold water?
Okay.
Cold water.
Hey, pick up your pencils. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to a minute to write down what you think the answer to this question is. How do you think that seals stay warm in icy cold water? Do not share with your partner yet. You're writing it down. You're brainstorming. I think they stay warm in icy cold water by doing this, or because they were born with this. And be thinking, be writing. So how can seals stay warm in icy cold water? Just like penguins use their feathers, we learned this morning. And we will be coming back to your prediction later, so make sure that you have something down. I'm going to give y'all about 10 more seconds. When your pencil's down, that's how I know that you're done. Okay, if you're good, give me a thumbs up. Okay, we're going to let our friends finish before we move on. Okay, you can put your thumbs down. I see you still working. move on to the next slide. So, I want for some friends to raise your hand and tell me what you think the answer is. Leah.
They all
Speak loud and proud.
they all couple all together.
They what, baby?
They all couple together.
Huddle together? Okay, so Liam thinks that the seals huddle up to stay warm. That's a good prediction. Ellie, what do you think?
They have fur too.
They have what?
Fur.
Fur. Fur. Okay, so you think that their fur helps them. JJ,
I think they were born with feathers.
you think they were born with feathers? Okay. You think seals are born with feathers? Fur. Fur. Okay. The rest of you can save this because later we will talk about our predictions. We've got to go on to the next part. So the answer is, y'all do a little tiny drum roll when you guys. Blubber.
Alright.
So, how many of us know what blubber is? Raise your hand. Well, I don't want to hear it. I just want to know. Do you know what it is? Because I didn't know what it was. What is blubber? I want a friend to read that to us. Please raise your hand. June, read loud and proud.
What is blubber? Blubber is the layer of fat that produces
Protects.
the bodies of some animals. How does blubber work?
Okay, thank you. I'm going to let someone else read. Abby, read loud for us.
It insulates their
Insulate.
bodies to keep them warm.
Okay, let's look at what insulates means, Liam. I need your eyes up here. I want you to read, leader boy.
Insulate protects something by keeping the warmth and the cold out.
So, what does it keep in?
The warm in and the cold out.
Say that again. It keeps the
The warm in and the cold out.
and that word is
Insulation.
insulates. Insulation, insulator. One more time. It keeps what in?
The warm in and the cold out.
Okay, let me ask a question. What would we use when we're outside to insulate us?
Jacket.
That's right. Very good.
So, we don't have blubber on our bodies, do we?
No, that's it.
We have skin, so we have to get extra materials or resources to keep us warm. But do seals, do they wear coats and jackets?
No.
Because
The wild animal.
so they have something that helps them in their environment.
That's their clothes. Yeah. Why do you think some animals like seals need blubber?
So y'all raise your hand and tell me.
To stay warm in the cold winter.
You got
To insulate.
Next time, let me call on you. So yes, to insulate, to keep them warm in the cold environment. I like that y'all are excited about this. Just remember, raise your hand and let me call on you before you talk. Go ahead, student. I need a friend to read this to us. Mackenzie, I want to hear you read.
Seals need blubber because it is a
Physical. Big word.
characteristic that helps the seals to survive and
Yes, adapt. You got that.
adapt to their cold environment.
Okay, I need another friend to read physical characteristic. I'm gonna let Madeline do that for us.
Physical characteristic.
Characteristic, you got it.
Is the a biology
Physical.
Physical feature about the person or animal. Adaptation, something that helps an animal survive better in its environment.
Okay, so the one that we're focusing on is the B word. What's the B word?
Blubber.
Blubber. Blubber, blubber, blubber. Alright, go ahead. We've already talked about what blubber is. So, we have asked the question. I need all eyes up here. Class, class, class.
Yes, yes, yes.
Class, class.
Yes, yes.
Thank you. Number 2 is to investigate, which is what we are about to do. And Liam, I'm going to prepare you for it. So I need you listening so you know what to do. Capiche? Okay. Cutterman, can you read this to us?
You will be
Product. That. Blubber. Blubbers.
Okay, so what's our job?
To find a product that is most like blubber.
What's our job? To
To
find
find a product that's most like blubber.
To find the product that is most like blubber. Think of blubber's properties, characteristics, and traits. What is blubber, though? What was that part that I underlined?
It's
A layer
piece
of
fat.
fat. Is fat thin or is it thick?
Thick.
Keep that in your brains, because when you go to your stations, you're going to be trying to find the product that is like blubber. Okay? Go ahead, Miss Lee. So you are going to experiment to find the product that is most like blubber. We're going to record how blubber is effective for seals. But first, watch me and help me. So I'm going to come over here to the document camera. I'm going to show you how to ask a question, the right question. So before I do that, I want for y'all to tell me a question that you think we might ask about blubber. Any questions that you have?
What is blubber?
What is blubber? But we know what it is. Remember?
What does it do?
What does blubber do? That's a very good question. June, did you have one? No. Ellie?
Why they have it?
Why do seals have blubber? That's a good question. Liam? Did you forget it? Yeah, okay. All right, y'all can put your hands down. So, this is where I'm going to ask a question. And the question that I'm going to ask, which product will be the best insulator and most like blubber? We've already talked about this on the PowerPoint. So this is my question. That's also going to be your question, because this is what our experiment is based on. So y'all flip
your papers over. I'm waiting for a few friends to flip their papers over. And this is the question you're going to ask because this is our experiment. So pick up your pencil. Let's write. Which product will be the best insulator? I won't make you put and most like Blubber. So pick up your pencils. Shayla, you might zoom in just a little bit more. When you've got that, put your pencil down so I know you're ready for the next part. The best insulator. That's the key word. And insulate is keeping the warmth in and the cold out. There's a reason I put all of this up there for us to talk about first. Insulator. That's a key word. Okay, about half of us are done and half of us are not.
Is it O-R or A-R?
O-R. Question marks go at the end of the question. Make sure you don't have that. Okay. Now everybody, class.
Yes.
Y'all be looking up here. The second part, my hypothesis, prediction. I think, so we're talking about the product. I have vegetable shortening over here. I need your eyes to follow me. This is product 1. Product 2 is over this way. It's canola oil or vegetable oil. So I think one of these products will be the best insulator. That is what we're putting for number 2. So you are predicting. I think this product or that product is the best insulator and most like Blubber. So write that down, and then we'll get moving. When y'all get this part done, we're going to move on. So where she's written, she's already given you the words, but you fill in the blank. So you're going to write, I think the blank will be the best insulator and most like Blubber. And these are your choices. What's on the table? It is canola oil or vegetable oil or the shortening. I think I'm going to put that up here for y'all to copy down. She might not have been able to see very well, so she probably was just looking to see what you spelled on there. that she's necessarily trying to copy me. And then make your choice. But I wrote here vegetable oil and shortening. I think for y'all to copy down. Those are big words. I think okay, these are two separate things. I think the vegetable table shortening. This is the shortening right here, baby. I think I have it on board for you to copy down. So, which one are you choosing? The shortening or the vegetable oil? Okay, so make sure I think the shortening will be most helpful. Okay, remember, you don't, where she has the blank, that's where you are writing either shortening or oil. You're not just drawing the blank. That's where you have to actually put words, shortening or oil. Good job. That's good, very good. You're putting whatever you think, your prediction. At the end, we'll find out if it's right or not. The right one. Sorry? Okay, when you are done, flip that paper over so I know. And then we will get up from our seats and start moving. Start moving around the room, doing our experiments.
Not yet.
Okay, Liam, are you done? Because I can't tell because your paper's still up. I said flip it over when you're ready to move on. Okay, I see that everyone's papers are flipped over. So, what is next?
Next is experiment.
Liam. Class, class, class.
Yes.
Class, class.
Yes.
I have one person still not doing it with me. Class, 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 class.
Yes.
There we go. So, all together, what is next?
Experiment.
The experiment. But there are rules to the experiment. We're about to talk about them. Number one, y'all tell me what it says.
Use walking feet.
So, am I going to run from one station to the other?
No.
Okay. Number two,
Use the
so am I going to shout at the top of my lungs?
Hey, JJ! Is that an appropriate voice?
No.
JJ, show me what the appropriate voice is. Inside voice, that'll work. When you guys up.
Let's move on. Class, class, class.
Yes.
Read number three to me.
Be a helper to your group.
So, Liam, when we go to our stations and you are in line waiting to get to do that, are you going to tap on the person in front of you and keep talking to them, distracting them from what they're doing? No, we're going to pay attention and stay focused on the experiment. Because we have to learn what the results are. And what do you do if you need help?
Raise your hand.
Okay. So, I need y'all to do, you're going to sign your name in the air. This is your contract to get to go on
Get your pen
to
up.
the experiment. So, Liam,
Get
if
your
you don't
fake
sign
pen.
this contract, you don't get to do the experiment with us.
Get that
Ready?
pen out.
So, I agree. Miss Shaylee, so you're going to sign your name. Parker, Julissa, Catalina. I agree to these rules before we get started. Okay, then I
do my name.
should have everybody, Liam, focused and following the rules. So, let me show you how you're going to act at the station. You're going to take your paper with you. You're going to come
Wait in line. This is my station. Miss D's station is over there. We are going to put one hand.
Here, I'll be the student. You be the teacher. So I'm gonna act like I'm Keenan. Cute little Keenan. So come over here and you're gonna stick your hand. Okay, I'm sorry. Here, we'll do it right here. I'm gonna stick one of my hands in here.
And then she's going to put one hand into the water and one hand into, well, both hands are in the water. Okay, Miss Dees, you have your feel.
Oh,
Can
yeah.
you tell?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
take your hands out. Now she's cleaning her hand off.
And listen, I'm not slinging my water on my friends. Don't do that. Dry your hand off, and you've got a trash can right here.
You know what? I don't want you to take your papers. I changed my mind. Liam, baby, pay attention. Leave your papers at your desk, but as soon as you are done, you're going to go back to your desk and write down on number 3, shortening, warm or cold. And then when you go to Miss D's, when we switch, you're going to write down oil, warm or cold. Make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Aiden, what is the first step when you come here? I need to make sure you understand. When you come over here, okay, we're walking, yes. Then we are doing what?
Put your hand in one,
And the other hand
in the other,
in the bowl.
in the bowl.
Okay, so when I put it down, what do I do with my wet hand?
Dry it off. Dry it off.
And then I go where?
Back to your desk.
And I'm going to write down what for this station? But what product is this?
Sorting.
Okay, I'm going to write that down. What about when I come over here and I'm done with this?
Right here. And then when you come to me, you'll write vegetable oil. Is it warm or cold?
We're going to do the same thing with the oil. You're doing it with both products. Okay. Liam, what is the first step when you come to this station? It's not on your paper. You had to listen to this. You come to the station. Miss Dees is going to tell you to put what in the bag? Your hand. Those hands go in the water. You wipe one hand off. Go back to your table. You write down the product and if your hand is warm or cold. Do you feel good about it? Give me a thumbs up. If you forget what to do, I put it up here for you. So if we're ready, then I need.
It was this table, Kristen, and this table. You guys come over here with me.
So Elijah, Madeline, Hannah's table, and Cutter's table. Y'all are over here with me. Get into a line, please. I'm going to move this.
Liam and Aiden, y'all can come kind of over here to watch others.
Cannon, maybe this is not what we're doing. Okay, are we ready to start? So Abby's going to be our first person to do it. She's putting one hand in here, and we're going to put them both in the water at the same time. Ready? Now think. You have to think if this insulates your hand, good or bad. Okay, if it's if this keeps your hand warm or if it doesn't. So that's what we're doing. Ooh,
So
can you feel it over here?
Is it cold? Or does it keep
All right, you can take your hands out. Good job. That was perfect, Abby. Now, Abby's going to her table to write down shortening, which is on the board, warm or cold.
Okay, so you're pretending like
Ready,
you're
Cutter?
single. This is part of your
All
body.
right, one hand there, this one in the water. Can you feel it in here? You feel it in this ice cold water.
It's not cold.
Go back and
Take your hands out.
Come on, Harper, step up.
Oh,
Thank you for not flinging it.
So you're gonna see
Should be. Now Cutter, go to your desk and write down. Yes, you can write out your test. Okay, ready, Ellie? This hand in here. This hand right here. If you feel it in here, then feel it in here. Okay.
Ours was cold.
This one is at least this one is at least the one you dip in the water is cold.
No, she hasn't.
No, it's freezing.
This is what I had no idea. This is kind of what I be careful with this one. This is called shortening. It's right here or it's on the board.
Let me
Feel it over
do
here.
this.
Right here.
Let me do a trash can.
This is it. Alright.
It's cold. This
Johnny.
This one's
Feel it right here. You can feel it.
Yeah,
Hey.
cold. I don't know why this one isn't wet.
I think it's swinging
So tired. Why is this one not wet? Yeah, the rest of it.
Oh my goodness. Okay, when you class.
Yes.
Once you have wrote down your results, flip your paper over so I know you're ready to go to the next station.
I bet it works.
Okay, this is if your body has vegetables.
Can you just write that is so
No.
I'm gonna do that too. What do you
Class.
Yes.
I need your eyes on me for a second. Whether or not you have wrote down your first station, we're going to get ready for the next one. So flip your paper over. If you were with me, you're going to write oil. So when you're done, all you have to do is write is warm or is cold. If you were with Miss D's and you're about to come with me, on number 3, write shortening. So do this now. Pick up your pencils and go ahead and write the next station. So all you have to put is warm or cold. Then we can move on quicker. And Ellie's done. I know this because her paper is flipped back over. So Cutter, you're going to write oil.
Where did you go over there?
Oil, because that's the station you're going to.
Oh, my hand is actually so really warm.
Okay, you did not know it was shortening. So put that down. If you put in Okay, when you're ready to move on, give me a thumbs up. Hey, if you were in my group, only if you were in my group, you should be standing up. I have not said to go anywhere. Okay, y'all were in my group. Stand up. I haven't said to go anywhere still. Okay, now y'all go to Miss D's station. You don't need your Okay, now Miss D's group, please stand up. I have not said to come, so go back to your desk so you're not following directions.
Don't hit me like that.
Now you're going to in for me. Pull your sleeves up. Okay, we're being helpers in our group. Remember that, Julissa. Okay. This one cold? This one warm? Okay, pull it out. Now go write it down on your paper. Record it.
Warm or cold?
Can you feel it over here? Can you feel it here? Pull your hand out. Go record it on your paper. Okay, so feel it here. Okay, pull your hand out.
Hey, Ellie, thank you for waiting.
Can you feel it here? You don't feel this cold water.
I
Can you feel it here?
Colder than this one.
Now go record. Short name. Warm or cold. This bag. This one right here. Now this hand in here. No, but put that hand in the water. Put it in there. Ah, that's cold. You can feel it here. Do you feel it here? No? Alright. Pull your hand out. This one too. So Liam. Is this warm or cold? Write that on your paper.
Oh, that's so cold.
Lisa, get mine for me, please.
Don't tell her. Go that way.
Can you feel it here? Can you feel it here? No. So would this be warm or cold? If you can't feel it, would this be warm or cold?
Oh, wait.
Okay, pull your hand out. Go record it. You're supposed to go record it on your sheet.
But it's okay.
Can you feel it here? Can you feel it here? No. Okay, so go right. If this was warm or cold, Julissa,
I'm going to shake it for focus.
onto your record sheet. It's vegetable shortening. Okay, Madeline, you need to go to your desk. Aiden, come with me.
So my group, make sure you're writing
Is this cold?
vegetable oil.
Yes, it is. It says warm. Is this warm or
When
cold?
you're done, have a seat.
Okay, so you're going to go record that onto your sheet. Catalina, you haven't went. Victoria, you haven't either. Okay.
Okay, thank you, Victoria and Johnny and Elijah, Madeline, June, thank you for being at your chairs. Liam, thank you. Good job, Ellie.
Was this warm or cold?
Good job.
Miss Neat, do you have an extra napkin
Oh,
over there?
yes, you do, or I did.
Okay, is this cold?
No.
But that's not cold. No, it's ice water. So was this warm or cold? Warm. So when we get you a napkin, you're going to record that onto your record sheet. There you go. Okay, so you should have on your data it should look like something like this. So shortening, warm or cold. You don't have to have both. You're just going to write down whichever one. You know, no, what I'm saying. So you're going to write down shortening, warm or cold. Vegetable oil, warm or cold.
This was Kristen's right here. This is how she wrote it. Oil is warm, shortening, warm. You did have cold there, but you just erased it because I read it. But she used 3 words on this one. Oil is warm, shortening, warm. So it does not have to be exactly like this one. But Miss Shaylee was trying to just give you a little bit more so you can see.
Okay, so now our data, we're going to do something with it. Just these We should all have number 3 written down. If you have that, give me thumbs up. Okay. Now we're about to come to the rug, and I'm going to pull you a table at a time. You're going to come to your rug spot. So, Cutter's table. Come with me to the rug. Madeline's table. Push your chairs up. Come with me to the floor. Cannon's table. Walking feet, please. Julisa's table. Julisa's table. Get up and come to the floor. We're not talking yet on the floor. We'll talk in just a minute. And Liam's table. Y'all let Victoria and JJ in.
Do you want us to sit somewhere where we can really see?
Yes, but you're actually going to be facing me more in this. So, Cannon, you can kind of come, like turn around or come right here. Liam, Liam, I want you to come over here too, please. Right here. Oh, and I'm going to computer real quick. So, I want for Abby to read what the board says to us. Read this part too.
What could we do with that new information to
Determine.
determine the result?
So what could we do with our information that we gathered for number 3? What could we do to
Write it on the board.
We could write it on the board, so that's an idea. What's another idea? What we could do to answer our question?
Retell.
We could retell. Ellie, what do you think?
I think that you can fill it and then you know what's the answer.
Okay. What is, yes, Lincoln? Okay. So, which is what we did. So, what is something that you do in math that helps you to find information? Starts with a G. Just say it if you think you know it. We don't remember what we do in math to help us find.
You have data.
Thank you, Catalina. Give me a little fist bump, sister. Boom. Miss Dees, can you take us? Let's make a graph. So that's what we're going to do with our data. We have our experiment results. We have our shortening. Class.
Yes.
JJ, I need you to look at me. When the speaker's speaking, you're listening, whether it's me or someone else. What does this say, Catalina?
Vegetable oil.
Okay, what we're going to do quickly. Yes, Karen. I'm going to go around and I'm going to ask you if the Crisco, or if the shortening over there with me kept your hand warm, I'm writing W. If it made your hand cold, we're writing C. So, I'm just going to point. You're going to say warm or cold. Capiche?
Capiche.
Okay. Liam, did the shortening keep your hand warm or cold? Okay. Hannah. Julissa.
Warm.
Aiden.
Warm.
Parker. Elijah.
Warm.
Abby. Kristen.
Warm.
Catalina. Victoria.
Warm.
JJ?
One.
Ellie?
One.
Catalina, have I asked you? Okay. June? Mackenzie? Madeline?
One.
JJ? I mean, Johnny? And Cutter?
Yes,
One.
one.
When you put your hand in that big bag, was your hand cold inside that bag?
No.
Cutter? Huh?
I don't know.
Did you say it was cold in here, so your hand was already cold going into the bag? Well, most of us said it was warm. Hey, vegetable oil, you're going to say warm or cold. Your hand was still cold when you put your hand in that bag and it was in the ice water, you're going to say cold. If it was warm, say warm. Liam. It was warm with the vegetable oil? Shannon. Cold. Okay. Aiden.
Cold.
Parker?
Cold.
Julissa?
Cold.
Elijah?
One.
Abby?
Cold.
Kristen?
Cold.
Catalina?
Warm.
JJ?
One.
Victoria?
Cold.
Mackenzie?
Cold.
Cool. Okay, that was a good turn. June? Ellie?
Cold.
Madeline?
Cold.
JJ? Johnny? Warm? And Cutter?
One. Well, there's more cold than one. Yeah.
Okay, so let's count together how many warms we got for the Crisco.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Our whole class.
So everyone voted that this was warm. Let's count how many warms we have for vegetable oil.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Which is greater?
17.
Okay. Miss D's, can you go on past that? So our key question was, go ahead, Miss. Oh, you're fine. Which product was the best insulator while our hands were covered in the ice? So do not say this out loud. This is for you to decide in your own head, Cannon. Look up here, everybody. You can see which one was the better insulator or better at keeping your hands warm. And you are going to write that down on number 4. So Miss D's, can you go ahead and click? We created our pictograph from our results. Now, on number 4, you're going to write down the product, the shortening or the vegetable oil. Which one was better at keeping our hands warm? And we're about to do that now. So I'm going to call you table by table. I want JJ's table to stand up. Go to your desk. And write down number 4, which Miss D's put on the board for us. I need Julisa's table to stand up. Go to your seats. Now Kristen's table.
Yes. When you come back, you can do this. And Abby's table.
So Miss D's is writing in the darker pencil so you can see what you need to write down. My hand was warm with the blank, the oil or the shortening, and cold in the oil or the shortening. So one was better than the other. And that's what you are going to tell me. That's what this answer is telling me. And remember, this is not a partner activity. You're doing this by yourself. Once you're done with this, flip your paper over so I know you're done, and we'll move on to the very last part. And this graph is up here for you to look at in case you forgot. Thank you, Abby, for flipping your paper over so I know you're done. Thank you, Julissa, and Aiden, and Madeline, Victoria, my hand was warm with the shortening for the oil and cold with one or the other. So right, what I have, my hand is warm or warmest with the one or the other. You have to pick which one is better. Or the best. Okay. If you're done, flip your paper over. We're not talking to our friends. This is something you're doing by yourself. I will give you time to share with a partner once we're done. Okay, so we are all done with number 4. Number 5 is my conclusion. What did you learn? I learned that blank is like blubber, and blubber keeps seals blank in their environment. So, in the first blank, you're picking one of these. The vegetable oil or the shortening is like blubber, and blubber does what for seals in the icy cold water? This is your last part on number 5, and we're answering it by ourselves. You can flip it over and get started now. When you are done, you can go file it into the blue the blue file numbers. Yes, ma'am. Man. You have to tell me what Blubber does. Is it don't say it. Once all of our friends are done, we will get to the last part of our lesson. When you're done, don't forget you're filing it into the blue numbers. Put it over there. It's not your recording. Okay, I'm waiting on a few friends to finish up.
Madeline, what do they eat? Okay. What was your question, Adam?
When do they sleep?
Where do they sleep? Okay. Do we have any more? Aiden?
How do they find shelter?
How do they find shelter? Okay, those are great questions. Maybe we can find a seal book on Epic or Tumble Book sometime and learn the answer to those questions. So, our final thoughts. I want for you to share with your table if your original prediction about how seals stay warm was correct. Some of you said, I think they're fur, I think that they huddle, whatever you think. Now's your time. You're going to talk to your group. I want to see you discussing. My prediction was correct, or mine was incorrect. So was yours Class.
Yes.
If you shared, give me a thumbs up. Okay, we all shared. Next part. Share something you learned with your partner about blubber or about seals or about Crisco shortening.
Yeah, me too. That one's my brother.
Okay, class.
Yes.
Class.
Yes.
Very good. So now I want a few of you to raise your hand and tell me your favorite part about this lesson. Madeline, tell me what you liked. You like sticking your hand in the bag? Yeah? Okay. In the water? Was it weird doing that? I bet. Abby,
I like sticking my hand in the water.
you like sticking your hand in the water too? Okay, Kristen?
I like sticking my hand in water.
Oh, we all like that. Okay. Victoria? So you like sticking your hand in the water. Okay, I think that's what we all like. Yes, Cannon. Okay. Mackenzie?
I thought we were like there's a bag and stick our hand in the oil and we get to have them.
No, I didn't want your hands to get messy.
But I like
Does anybody have anything different other than what Mackenzie and all them have said that they liked the bag experiment? Was there anything different that you liked?
No.
Better?
Yes.
The cold
water.
The what?
The cold water.
The cold one. Okay.
Did y'all like being scientists?
Yeah.
I hope so.
No.
Who liked making the graph for math?